You're calling the land plays in. Damn.
Timber's on his way towards streets. With a nice little three.
Maybe that's now Limitless getting too far ahead. Oh no, not indeed. They're going to take a lead here. Oh my word.
Fair enough. It's a good touch upside down, and it's enough of a touch.
And look who it is. It's none other than the Funhouse coming on in. This Joker coming around the corner, flatline in hand.
Good evening, legends, and welcome back to week number 2 over here at ACGL Grind with Apex Legends. I'm Tendo Plays, and I'm joined with Daddy Cool. Daddy Cool, we have another week of Apex Legends. It's about to be another week full of action. Last week was a little bit shaky, but right now it looks like we got the seatbelts on and we're geared up and ready to go for week number 2.
It was shaky, but you rode that roller coaster through it. We made it happen. Thank you for everybody who continued supporting last week. But yes, it is week 2 of the qualifiers of 5 weeks. 2 out of 5 is done. Well, this is 2 today. Before we get to our grand finals, will these teams give their all to keep on qualifying? I believe they will. And I have a question for you, Tendo. What are our teams busy trying to qualify for?
Well, currently our teams are trying to qualify for those playoffs, that grand final that's going to be taking place at the end of ACGL Grind here for Apex Legends. 4 weeks of competition, 1 LCQ, and then 1 grand finals, match point finals on top of that, which is going to be absolutely amazing. And I mean, just looking at the prize pool, currently sitting at 14,000 Rand. First place, we're walking away with 7,000, and it goes down all the way to 4th with who will be taking home 1.4. And I mean, they didn't just get to 14,000, right, Daddy Cool? You know, there was a number of things for the community that they had to achieve in order to keep building up that prize pool, and it's not over just yet.
Yeah, the prize pool can keep on growing up to a maximum of 25,000 Rand. But yeah, majority of that prize pool being made possible by the amazing people over at Predator and the Clear Access team. Thank you so much. And then obviously ACGL to bring it all together and organizing this and giving us the opportunity to bring you guys all the action. And you, everybody out there in the chat, if you are 100 viewers per stream for the rest of the weeks, we are increasing the prize pools on Predator. So tell your mom, tell your aunt, tell your mom's aunt, I don't know, to come and get in on the stream and watch the content and support your local players. There's some great teams in the lobbies again. We're doing the 3 groups. We're doing group 1 with our first match, group 2 in the second match. But here are our standings right now for group 1. 2 lions, 1 camel. We found out some lore in the background. It's 2 Egyptians. No, damn it, I had the wrong way around. 2 South Africans and 1 Egyptian. That hence the name 2 lions, 1 camel. There's a fun fact for you guys. Yeah, top 5 currently: NXZ, Highborn, Crocs with socks, bit low for our likings, the Vulcans and Sugar Dadas. And let's look at group 2. Tendo, walk us through it.
Now, taking a look at group number 2, we have Sinful, who are right at the top over there. Highborn and Nero, who coming in second place. Arm Assist, which we all know means that they on that keyboard and mouse, right? Potenta Vis, and then we've got TWC Ragnarok, who are taking home that 5th place currently. And of course, you know, we can't forget about 6th place, right? Because that's where it really matters. That's the cut-off for these groups. And currently, if we had to end things off, it would be Uprising Titans that would be going into those match point finals. And that's just how group 2 is currently looking. Let's have a look at group number 3.
And group number 3, first place currently CCB. We saw some amazing performance from them last week. Got some of their action. The Plague, Vibin, Uber Eats, Loot Delivery, actually putting up a good fight. We've seen them in the past before, and they're really doing a great fight. Dark Esports. I haven't seen Darker Esports yet. And then here for the memes, a good team that also had a bit of a struggle yesterday. But like you said, they're currently on number 6. That's cut-off spot. But don't worry, even if you do not make cut-off, we do have a last chance qualifier as well for 2 more teams to make it in the end. But those are all the teams, and they are all excited for the lobby, for the games we have in store for you. We have 4 games to bring you guys tonight, and we are excited for it.
Yeah, 4 games all on World's Edge on top of that, and we're gearing up to get into this one. Week number 2, group number 1, match number 1 is about to start over here for ACGL Grind. And it's everything to work for, right? You know, there's so much that's on the line. Pride, honor, the prize money on top of that, right, Daddy Cool? That, when we start to get deeper and deeper into this tournament, I think a lot of players are going to start to get comfortable and really show us what they've got.
Yeah, one thing that's got me really excited for the grind, right? It's a bit of a twist in the spanner in the works. There's only 3 weeks left of the season, and there's 5 weeks of grind. Now, if you do 5 minus 3, you'd see there's 2 weeks of a new season that these last two, the last Grand Qualifier and the finals are going to be played on. And that might be, there might be a meta shift and everything. Currently, we're seeing a lot of Catalyst, a lot of Horizon, and then, the wild cards or the other twos. But yeah, I mean, what do you think might happen if they do change up a lot of stuff? Do you think teams will be changing their comp, or do you think this comp is one that's going to transcend the season?
I mean, the meta of multiplayer video games is that to keep them exciting, you have to keep changing up those, game mechanics. And it's just the nature of making sure that as a competitor, you really understand what the patch is about and what kind of characters are strong during that patch. And of course, we're going to see adjustments coming into compositions. There's always adjustments that come into compositions, right? I think it will just be interesting to see what those adjustments are going to be, what characters they try to tinker with, and even when they bring the new character, if it's even going to be epic. But launching Novia with NXZ, who performed quite well last week, coming in second place, they'll be looking to continue this momentum that they have coming into week 2. Definitely dropping over here at Lava
Look
Siphon.
at production showing us some standing right now. Top placement, they got a first place, 27 kills in total and almost 10k damage last week. That's pretty impressive. And they are dropping, I mean, one of the hottest spots, Lava Siphon, and it seems actually getting contested as we see the pings going out. So we might find ourselves some early action here. The teams are still dropping all over the map, but it seems... But yeah, they're actually running that comp we just talked about. They have the Bangalore. That is a usual staple in that comp. They're 1 in hand already for 9.
1 in hand. And they'll just be trying to work their way in. Try to get a little bit closer to really get this engagement going properly. The Hemlock was quite lethal last week. Going to be now in the hands over here. But unfortunately, he'll go down. A little bit uncoordinated in this fight. It's looking like over here for High Q.
High IQ. Not the highest IQ play to face a team like that. It seems they're going to pay the price really early, as they are 2 down. And this isn't ranked, so ratting isn't that important. But yeah, they are out. The first team out really quickly. High IQ, NXZ. Like we've seen these players before. It has Exo, Zesty, and Nai. Great players, and they're showing why you do not contest them. I don't think that team will be contesting there again anytime soon. But we're on to our next fight already. TWC here, all the way on the other side of the map in the good old-fashioned thermal station. They're going against one of our favorites as well, Highborn. Also had some great standing last week. Oh, Death Joker getting that break on so far.
Yeah, getting that break on. One player's already knocked, unfortunately, here for Highborn, as well as the next player. So they'll all just be up to so. We'll have to find a way to maybe potentially recover the banners and see exactly what they can do. Came second place this last week in the top placements, which is pretty good. So they've got that possibility, that potential to make it to those end games. Having a rough start here doesn't mean it's doomed for the rest of the night.
Black market here.
Definitely not. It looks like that player might actually.
Yeah, I was worried it was like that stream and production and
you hate to see it. Yeah, it's just the luck of the game. It's part of the BR experience. Yeah, we're not only BRing against the enemies, but also our internet and power utility here in South Africa. But that is what it is. As we're seeing, they are unfortunately eliminated quite early on, but we know that all you need is one good game for the night, and that does keep you in a good position. And if any team will be able to put one game on for the night, it will be them. So yeah, some crafting up happening here at Stacks, the new streamer building that's just not the same. It's too far away from everything, You don't have the same... It's not in the prime location as it used to be. So unfortunately, not as much action here. But yeah, crafting up those armor is such an important and vital thing to do. But it seems there on the thermal station, more people heard the fights, and this is also a team we know. Darwin is one of our well-known players as well, known as Masuko. 2 lions, 1 camel. They've lost either a lion or a camel. I think they've lost the camel. So they are now just 2 lions, and they're trying to suss out where these players are. They're very split from each other. What do you think's happening here?
It's actually 1 lion, 1 camel at this point. Since Fortune is missing from the roster here. Some shots with the Hemlock, some lethal shots, honestly. and still get that kill. They were just biding some time to work coordination, and it's paid off. Swinging around the corner, R99 is absolutely lethal. Hemlock swapping it out, and that's gonna be TWC Pyroclastic that will go down to the hands of one camel, of one lion, one camel. Nah, okay, we won't do that. We'll call them by their proper name. 2 lions, 1 camel.
2 lions, 1 camel. Question is, how many lions and camels does it take to wipe the squad? And it's clearly 1 of each. But as we see here, we're in a new fight here. NRE doing a lot of damage with the hemlock there through the smoke. Here at the black hole. Black hole being a powerful kill. Blood out here is running. Caesar through smoke. Revved up, gonna go through the door. The door means nothing. Tickle does go down somewhere. But they are on hunt now for the last player, and it seems they will find Smith King taking out the last one. Yo, the teams are falling really early on this game.
Yeah, teams are falling. Quite hectic fights that are happening currently around the map. Some teams are prioritizing rotations rather than getting involved in these fights. As we tune in to Sugar Daughters, we found the Rampart team just perched up at the top of this hill. Gonna have to be careful over there, Wabon, because it's not gunning for you right now, it looks like, as the damage has been taken and the team will be back in away. Managed to get a 2nd place placement last week, which is pretty good for them. Not too bad. If they keep up that consistency, we'll be seeing them in those playoffs. And making some wise decisions here, at least, to back off.
They're backing off, you know, as we see they are currently like 6th on the standings overall, and placing and standing is so important to get those points onto your name. So probably going to try and do a safe game for tonight, try and ensure that they actually do make it to the grand finals. But yeah, we see a Valk being picked up here and allowing them to fly to safe. This is an interesting comp we have. We have a Rampart, a Watson, and a Valk. This is a comp that I think just likes to set up early, right? They scan beacons and then just go and set up. I mean, with a Rampart and a Watson, you can fortify something to your heart's content.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good quick get some information in terms of where the zones are going and just how movement is happening. Use that skyward dive to readjust and make sure you get those prime locations.
Yep.
We've got the red cam.
We love the red cam. Just some extra info here on the side. Our duo of the 2 lions, 1 camel found themselves another set of kills. They're outside on thermal station. I'm keeping my eye there on the kill feed and stuff to keep you guys involved in all the information. The odd rival, another Parthy rat. And if it's, I believe it's CCB. No, I don't know who the team is that's close to him, but they are flying. They took a redeploy beacon and they fly right over that Parthy, their odd rival. That's a happy Parthy right now. As you see, Sons of Adam now on Mirage Voyage. I finally can say the name of the place again.
Sons of Adam perched up. Looking good. 2 golds, 1 purple. We'll probably look to deal as much damage with this L-Star as possible to level up those armors. Some action just happening in front of them, but for now, they won't really pounce onto it. Shots from the distance, we'll have to be careful over here, as some shields will be used just to get the armor back up, and the zone makes a closure. Now all teams should know exactly what kind of rotations they'll need to be pulling. As we tune back here with TWC Firestorm, who are finding themselves just outside the ridge over here of where the Voyage is, just making their way slowly.
Making the way downtown, rotating into the next zone. Da-na-na-na-na-na. Sorry, I don't know what happened. Anyway, Firestorm trying to get up high. This is that defensive team we saw. Wait, is this is a different team, but they're running the same defensive comp, right?
It's looking a little bit meta right now currently to just make these fast rotations, seek out where the zone will be going, and have that ability to just bunker up with the Watson, with the Rampart as well. And then, I mean, you still have that ability to be aggro with the Valkyrie. So it's quite a good setup. It's looking for some teams here. As we just tune in over here to NRE Supreme, working their way through staging. Not looking too bad, but the armors could be a little bit better as they'll make their way closer and closer to a position that they deem worthy for their next phase of play.
So, big fight on that hill. We saw a team set up at earlier. And it's once again our 2 Lions, 1 Camel team just sending everybody as a 2-man right now. They're currently on 6 kills as 2 players. They are, I don't want to see them with a 3rd in their team right now.
They're farming a little bit.
Yeah, they're farming hardcore. They are cooking, as the latest Ligo says. Right, there's another one down for them. Currently on 7 kills as a 2-man squad. That is insane. Well played to them. I just want to give some extra info once again there on the outside. That lone ranger path that we saw earlier that was ratting on very low HP managed to recover their teammate and respawn them. So they're still in the game as a full squad again. You love to see those resets. I love a reset storyline. You know, when you get knocked out early, somebody survives. Those are like the best games in my opinion.
Definitely some of the best games in Apex Legends, and that's just why the thrill and the excitement can't be beat in most games. WC was knocked out over there, unfortunately. And 2 Lions, 1 Camel are perched up. Crocs with Socks are not too far out as well from that location and stage, and I think they are the ones that took out NRE Supreme. Is the Vulcans down by 1 player? Ugh, sorry, Daddy, cool. Mirage,
Not my Mirage. What did he do? That is a team that had the reset I was just talking about. And it seems like the reset might have been for North, as the rotation was quite a big one. But as you can see here, the Vulcans, they had a top placement of 4th last time, but they placed 5th overall. So they had a decent amount of kills, and that consistency of high placement actually did net them a good overall placement. So that's just it, right? Play consistent, play safe, play the map with, like, not just intent to kill like some of these players do. I mean, if you're able to, that's obviously awesome, but that doesn't mean you're out of the count yet to get yourself a great score. But yeah, as we see now, we are heading into round 3. Teams are setting up. The zone is getting small, and there's only 9 squads left, Endo.
Only 9 squads left. Starting to get a little cramped, but not so much. There's still a lot of room here for teams to work with. Teams just gonna have to be careful taking some shots up. We'll have to heal. Team will have to watch over that. There's quite a number of hungry teams that are out there in the area. Copper Sox will not be scared to take a fight. And I was about to mention them. 2 Lions, 1 Camel as well. Even though they're rocking the 2-man lineup currently, they seem to be playing as if they have that 3rd, with the shots coming in over here from Masuko. Just a little bit of damage. They might draw a little bit of attention to themselves. Just jumping over the bin, dishing out 90 damage, but no real opportunity here for Savitor to jump in until then, as they will take out Aim Calyx. And they're really working together here, coordinating with these fights to make sure that they systematically take out this team.
They are really tearing teams apart, like you say, systematically. They're picking them off, splitting them up. The way he played that head glitch on the bin was so smart, dishing so much damage without taking any in return, except getting shot from the side. But Sons of Adam are not going down without a fight. Few big shots here by Tattoo. Not going to be enough, but they're getting green from the other side as well. Going to try and reset here. The grenade is in the face, but they can drop down to safety at least. They do have a goal to quickly heal up and get back into the fight. But again, there is another team that is trying to give chaos right now. Has the option to potentially fly out, but I don't know if they're going to be able. Yeah, so getting low again. Smoke getting deployed, but there's the knock that you don't want to see. And we know that the enemy has a digi threat, so not a long time left for you. Sons of Adams are out.
Sons of Adams taken down by 2 Lions, 1 Camel. Looking so lethal right now. Sons Sugar Daughters looking to be a little bit pokish here. They want to do something, but they know they might not be in a good spot. Taking shots from below. Dada has to be careful. Looking for some room to heal. As now only 8 squads up. There's a bit of a play being made over here on top. 2 Lions, 1 Camel. Really need to be careful. Doesn't seem like too much yet has really come from that. So just catching that player right when they're low on HP. The Hemlock is absolutely lethal over here from Savitor. As the damage is being dealt, now they can make their rotation out. Shouldn't be worried about what's happening below now.
This is absolutely insane. The game that 2 Lions, 1 Camel is putting up there. Usually when you're a 2-man squad, you're just like, you know, let's play it safe. Let's play smart rotation, get that placement. They're just like, you know what? The best way to get high placement is taking other teams out of the lobby right now. They have 11 kills to their name. As a 2-man squad, that is incredible. Perplexed right now. Just trying to see how they can rotate into this next zone. They spot that rotation or that zip line up there. They have an interesting rotation to make to get in themselves. It's quite a coverless rotation. The Revenant's still on blue, but there are fights at least that hopefully will draw the eyes off of them. Savitar up here taking a lot of damage, but is able to find a little nook where they can quickly reset a bit.
There's 3 times I'm kind of going nuts right now, to be
Kinda
honest. Just a little bit. Masuko making his way onto the bridge here. Vulcans have recovered quite well, actually.
Again?
Yeah, they've got Unseen Ohio back in it. They'll be bunkered up in a pretty good position moving into the end game. 7 squads still up now, as some players are starting to fall. I mean, it's just 2 lions, 1 camel, and that's why they're on top of the group, you know, currently. They really did tear down the lobbies last week, and you can see why. The mechanics are just on point from the 2 players here, as they'll make their rotation in. But there's still 7 teams here, still 7 teams with an opportunity to win, especially if Savitar's going to be taking damage like this. We'll have to drop down, quickly pop a heal, as Masuko makes his way into the zone.
It's a stressful situation. They have split up now, the 2 lions and 1 camel, and now we have 7 squads. But mind you, only 14 players out of 21. So there's 7 rats.
Yeah.
Well, seven missing players in this lobby right now. So there's a lot of people trying to rat out. Euro ZA, definitely one of the teams that are actually also capable of taking the whole tournament, I believe. But currently only on 4 kills as a 3-man squad. What is going on? 2 lions, 1 camel are really showing that they are going to be taking, going to put themselves up for favorites to take the whole tournament. But Odd Rival with the boat check gets a few good hits, but it's not going to be enough. And that is another kill. 14 kills with 2 lions, 1 camel. Just somebody slow them down, please.
Somebody needs to really slow them down, honestly. Maybe it'll be heroes. I almost forgot that the heroes now are no longer Crocs with socks, man. I'm used to that.
What?
Remember we were talking about it. If they get signed, they need to, you know, heroes, Crocs with socks. Crocs with socks, heroes. They
will always be
But
Crocs
Redact
with
is not
socks.
fitting us with his hemlock shots. Oh, it's actually a nemesis. I'm just used to seeing hemlocks at this point that I just assumed, honestly, guys. As the
Burst rifle meta. Yo, these burst rifles are doing a lot of damage.
it's been quite hectic since they brought the nemesis back into play. But Flatline still obviously will dish out damage here with Tenshi. Their composition now, Bangalore, Horizon, and Catalyst. They've been working on that for quite some time in this patch, in this meta. This nade might be a little bit big over here, but Tickle McPickle will make it out of it.
Oh, unfortunate. It seems that dreams of 2 lions, 1 camel are fading as the Pathy Masuko has been knocked. I don't know if the Bangalore will be able to actually recover. Yep, we have a few rat cams at least to entertain us for the time being. Savitar is now a 1-man army, 16 kills, nothing to stop that.
It's crazy, though.
Yeah, it is.
It's very nuts. And I mean, if it wasn't going to beat them, I probably would give it to Heroes just based on their positioning right now as well. They had a lot of time to really scan out where teams are going to be. Falcons are in a little bit of an interesting position as well. You know, they might get pushed out in this next zone rotation. I think they might just be safe for now. But I mean, if we're looking at which teams are really going to be on top, it is the team that's on top over here of the high ground, Heroes, as they've just got that angle on Savitar, who's going to have to be very, very careful, or it's going to be the end of the road here for now 1 camel.
Yeah, just 1 camel. I like it. I like it. We're going to keep this consistency up with this name convention. I just want to say, there is a chance that a Mirage team can be the champion squad of this game, okay? I'm going to believe.
Okay, buddy.
Okay. Well, actually, I'm no longer a Mirage main. I'm now a Fuse main. For those of you who don't know, I accidentally bought Fuse as heirloom last night, and I'm now a Fuse main. So yeah, that the Mirage.
This is a story I still didn't get the full breakdown before he started on, so I'm still gonna have to find out how you accidentally buy an heirloom. But Savitar's really trying his very damn hardest here to stay alive. Honestly, armor swap on armor swap, just trying to survive and thug it out over here as 1 camel. The smokes pop there to make it difficult for him to shoot out of. And now Vulcans are going to try swing onto this. Ooh, Glitch Cycle takes up a lot of damage. Actually, the whole team is taking up damage. What's going on? A bit of a misplay as Rexu is just unleashing as much of those rounds as possible from up top. Savitar is even going to get a kill on top of that, which is absolutely nuts. And now an opportunity maybe for 1 camel here to do something crazy. Oh my! Saboteur just
Calm
won't
down.
stop. He's a fighting machine, and he's actually going to swing around the corner over here, and it's going to be Heroes who drop down to this opportunity. But where's the other person? I'm kind of confused. As Saboteur's about to go down. Oh, but it's absolutely nuts as he gets onto that. He will take down Tenchi. There goes the 9-9. The digital threat is coming in such clutch over here in this fight. We'll get an armor crash, but at this point, it's going to have to go down. Heroes, it's just Redact versus who? Who's on the other side? It's NRE Alpha. They've been biding their time this whole time. They're a full team. Will Redact have time to rest everyone?
It's a close situation right now, but they do have the high ground and they don't have a way to get up. The smoke has been blocked to buy them some more time. The resets are happening all around. NRE are taking damage. They're dishing out some of their own at least. Doesn't get the knock, but one player very, very low. Hopefully the comment has been made, but no, tickle my pickle. One left versus the team. Oh, and Heroes take it. Oh, sorry, that was so intense. I was so stressed there.
Heroes coming on top just after a hot signing earlier today. They opened up ACGL grind with the dub. Tenchi, Redact, and Rexu. If there was a team that was going to do it, it was going to be them today. And I mean, that's a really good start for them, right? Because I've been coming into this one, they're sitting at 4th place, which I mean is really good at the end of the day. You know, it's a long game, it's about consistency, but maybe 4th place for some people, you know, they were expecting a little bit more out of Heroes, and they've definitely proved to us here that they have that opportunity. But can we just talk about how that clutch even came to fruition? You know, the res just on the one player, the battery gets popped off, and there's just a little bit of time, you know, for Redact to slide down in there, you know, do as much damage as he can. The player is able to pop that battery over there. I can't remember if it was Tenchi or Rexu that went up, did as much damage as he really could, and it was a lot. Then Redact manages to get back up on top and just clutches it out. I mean, that's absurd, that's ridiculous. And I mean, NRE Alpha, they should have just had that one in the bag.
Definitely, I think that's one of the things that the lower ranking teams do struggle with, is to capitalize on those fights. You know, they knew there were only 3 teams in total. They saw the 2 fighting, but they kind of waited until it was only 2 squads left. You know, instead of trying to get involved in that big fight overall and control the fight from there. But yeah, that's what comes from that veteran skill of 2 crops, 1 socks. I mean, Hero, sorry, with amazing clutching ability, keeping their composure in that situation. They're 2 down, like you said, but they kept it in. But who I want to focus on is 2 lions, 1 camel. We saw Savitar there at the end as a one-man just keep his ground. That armor swap was like instant. It was stunning to watch. Well played there. And yeah, I think even though we saw Heroes take that game, they did have 10 kills to their name still after all. But 2 lions, 1 camel had 20 kills to their name, Tendo.
That's
20.
ridiculous, honestly. I mean,
that's a 2-man squad, mind you.
It's ridiculous. You know, they've really set themselves up coming into game number 1 already. They're looking quite strong, and it'll be quite you know, an interesting night to see where they're going to end up at the very end of it all, because I'm not too sure if whether Fortune was unable to load into just that one game. You know, obviously, you know, with the load shedding factor, we'll never really know if we'll see him in that next game, or just we'll maybe find out in production that you guys know they're going to continue playing as 2 for the rest of the night, or if Fortune will come in. But I mean, yeah, outstanding performance over there from them as well. They did so well, and you know, as much as we will give NRE flack for that situation, for them that's a big game, right? They're coming into this one 9th place overall.
That's 6 kills as well, mind you. So
6 kills on top of that, so that was a really big game for them to come 2nd place, even though they weren't able to really capitalize on that win like you were stating. I think we're going right into it, into the next game, into the next lobby, right? The thing is, because the lobbies are playing simultaneously, one lobby will finish and they'll probably be ready to go right away, right, in terms of just gameplay. So we might just be jumping straight into lobby number 2, and we'll have to leave our praises for lobby number 1
until later.
Yeah.
Group 2 we have a whole new lobby and a whole new set of players to get excited about. Let's see what those teams will be able to bring to the fray for round 2. Oh, look at these beautiful animations and graphics as we wait for the players to get ready. But yeah, no. So, to Group 2, do we have any of those teams on name? There we see some of them. TWC, we saw them have a good showing last week. Highborn Nero, we saw them do pretty good as well. Lone's team, Sinful, they had some great plays. Definitely one of the stack lobbies as well. Nando Brosov, they're retired. They had a great showing last week as a two-man squad as well. So we have a lot of action to bring you guys again now as we are getting ready for this lobby number 2. But look at this comp setup. We're seeing a Caustic for the first time in a while.
Caustic coming into this one will be interesting, especially if we get one of those highly congested end games with buildings that are involved. As we're jumping straight in to game number 2 here for Group 2. And I mean, the teams to look out for, right? Our top 3 of last week is Sinful, Highborn, Nero, and Arm Assist. We'll make sure to keep our eyes on them as we're dropping in straight with Sinful here. Seth, Steva, and Lone.
Sinful, they're currently on first for this group. As you can see, they've placed first. They got 61 kills in total and 20,000 damage.
20,000 damage.
I remember they were rolling some of the lobbies last week, if I remember correctly. And yeah, 20,000 damage does reflect that. Are we sure? Is that not a typo? I mean, sure. That's kind of crazy. If I see that stat and I'm actually in this lobby, I'd be like, all right.
I mean, it's not unbelievable. I mean, look, if they're kind of dropping the 2k damages and it's 4 games and they all have 2k damage, right? I mean, it adds up.
And they all just casually have 2k damage.
Just all casually.
Here we can see Armor Assist here doing the Lava Siphon drop. I think there's a team nearby. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to load up the second group on my side screen so I can give you guys the backline story. So I will try and keep my eyes peeled here on the kill feed to give you all the info you guys need. But yeah, we see here is a fight starting to pop off. Well, not a fight at least, just two teams uncomfortably close to each other, you know?
That uncomfortable closeness that you feel in Apex is the same kind of uncomfortably closeness you feel in Home Affairs, you know, where there's just someone in front of you and you don't know, like, oh my gosh.
Remember the COVID days, and there's a sticker that says stand here, and then somebody will come breathe down your neck. You're like, my guy, it's a pandemic. These guys are on their necks in a pandemic right now. Armor Assist doing a few pop shots.
Couple pop shots. G7 Scout, always a lethal weapon in the right hands. Can't rule it out. Arm Assist just be poking some damage, and oh, it looks like they're trying to be a little bit aggro over here. If I'm not wrong, isn't it Sinful that we saw drop here? It's a big contest between our 2 top teams in this lobby. The slide on in over here from Lone, just trying to see if you can see anyone through the window. Seth's gonna take a lot of damage, has to be careful. There's now a reset that's gonna have to be called for the team. The swing is massive. The knock will get traded, at least there by Lone. The jump down over here, I'm not too sure if they were aware of that, but the snap onto the head from Steva is absolutely massive. And now it's an advantage over here for Steva. Throws this one out. The Mastiff absolutely lays down the law, and now that'll be the result.
Yo, that Bangalore came flying into that Mastiff. I think she took bonus damage really from the speed that she went into that bullet with. Well,
that's one of those. That's one of those simultaneously the worst ways to die and the best kind of kills to get. You know.
Yeah. It's so satisfying. Okay, but anyway, so there is one of the top teams down, so that does secure the likes of Sinful. Kind of a safer area, but that's interesting that they actually did opt to contest there this time around. I would like to see what happens in the further rounds going later down during the night. But yeah, now it's, I think, going to slow down a bit. We're already down to 12 squads though, so we're going to have some slow rotations as teams get ready. But yeah, I'm really interested that these players actually opted to contest there instead of, like, once they looted up, just kind of rotating out. You know, the value of, you know, getting that placement. But I think if you're one of the top teams, you're so confident in yourself, and then you don't always realize, like, oh wait, it's one of the other top teams that dropped here with me, and then yeah, that happens.
Yeah, I mean, it happens at the end of the day. Everyone here should view each other on level ground, you know, even though some don't have as much experience. Sometimes it really just comes down to how well the team is coordinated, as we're seeing here with Highborn. So they're just taking some coordinated shots to deal as much damage onto the player that's flying. The dog veil will have to be popped there just to provide them with a little bit of extra cover to back away from. And I mean, they're a team now as well, you know, who should be coming into this quite confidently. You know, as you said, Daddy Cool, they performed well last week coming in to this one on second place. And yeah, I mean, we're gonna have to check PC of Sinful because the damage numbers compared to compared to Arm Assist and Highborn, hey, that's a little bit.
They got
nuts.
more than
Than them
second and
combined.
third combined.
Is-
Yeah, that's kind of crazy. Kind of crazy. But yeah, Highborn are now getting pressured. Gonna try and do this reset. It's a very open fight. There could be a few teams in the area. I do not like fighting this area usually. I'm pretty sure these teams will also be uncomfortable to fight. But yeah, it is the team of Sinful that's chasing down Highborn right now. It seems Sinful are gonna take the same approach as the previous two lions, one camel team. But at least this time around, there is a Highborn Nero does have the Bangalore ult to completely shut them down. Tunes in a dangerous position right now. Does some damage, does get a break, but does get break in return. Will get hit by their own Bangalore ult. So only the slow vision, no damage at least. This is enough time to reset fully. And are they capable of keeping off this onslaught from Sinful?
Unlock in play, of course. This is going to be Sinful, potentially taking out the second place team over here, which will be big for them as the swing comes through. The alternate does absolute damage over here, and the team will go down. That's going to be Highborn. And Sinful has not only taken down Arm Assist, they've also taken down Highborn, who were the biggest competitors coming into this game. The kill leader now over here. Oh, this is a dope graphic.
Yeah, I was just thought, hey, that's
Hey,
nice.
okay.
Hey, ACGL with a production you love to see it. That looks fantastic. GG. Okay, sorry, we fanboy about how cool the production is here in the behind the scenes. Okay, but yeah, diverted now. They are here at one of the. Oh, I just realized something. Remember Viaz, man? Remember Team Viaz was in. Always would play this thermal station. No, what is this? Lava fissure area. For some odd reason, the second I saw a team here, I was like, oh, could it be the ass? I missed that, man. Anyway, let's focus on the team in the lobby right now. Sorry. You know, if you do well, you get remembered, you know what I mean? So clip it and ship it to Viaz. Let him know that we missed him, man.
Daddy Cool really just said that there ain't no glory for losers. Anyways,
Yo.
let's tune back in to what's happening in this lobby. And the losers are definitely not Sinful because they're currently just on attack. I mean, look at that. The team just coordinated. The zipline goes out, smoke. They're jumping onto this team immediately. They have to try and back up away, but the R99 from Steva is just absolutely lethal. No one has been able to dodge it thus far while spectating them. And I mean, you can just see why they had that 2,000 damage.
Sure.
I told you, 2,000, pretty easy. Not too difficult to do.
Yeah, no, I mean, kind of crazy that the amount of damage these players are dishing out. They are not missing their shots at all. And yeah, that's high level play. And yeah, there's a reason they have 20,000 damage. We can see that reason is just because they are clearly goated on the clicks and the sticks. Bucky Reivach, I would like to think that whenever they see a team, they just try and drive away, as their name does imply. Let's see what happens if they find a team. But no, we are into Potentia Viz, another one of the teams that currently have placement. I believe they are fourth. Look at production, putting up that as I requested. I willed that information into existence. Currently on fourth place, top placement of second place, which is saying something because I think Sinful got like 3 first place last week. So, you know, tough to get any type of high placement. But yeah, Potentia Viz, they got the Mirage Voyage trying to hit these shots. KD hits a few. That's going to be enough to break it.
KD just trying to dish out as much damage as possible to level up these evos for Potentivis. As they're currently rocking blues, which we all know won't be optimal, leading towards those end game stages as we're in with Ragnarok making their rotation down a player. They do have the potential to recover them at least. So they shouldn't be too worried, but they need to do it very soon before it gets too late, as the second zone is about to make its closure very shortly. And I mean, just looking at the scatter of teams, it's been quite interesting, obviously, right, Daddy Cool? Because I mean, Sinful has kind of run through about 3 full teams at least so far, so they've quite done a good job in thinning out the lobby and giving at least the other teams a bit more room to rotate and play with. But over here at Countdown, there's quite a big congestion of teams. Not too sure what's happening here as we're in with Supernovas. The wall goes down, the 30 shots dishing out some damage, but not too much to really worry about for that player as they'll get away and have an opportunity to recover.
Yeah, Recover, they will indeed. Yeah, this is another team that we think can have some great placement overall. I didn't think they did too well last week, not getting a top 6 placement, but I think they are definitely one of the teams that have the potential to qualify. And you know, I think a lot of these teams know that they can make it to the to the finals, right? But they have to give it their all. Sinful right now have lost one player, Steva, alone. Has taken a lot of damage as well, has to reset, but currently Steva is the player with the reset and they are down. Maybe Seth can put down a gravity lift to help try and get that reset off. But yeah, a reset's going to be very unlikely with that high ground right now. But Lone taking massive damage, which is what's the other team that's fighting here right now? There goes the gravity lift as thought of. It is TWC Ragnarok. Yeah, definitely a set of players we've seen do a lot as well. They are aggressing on this. They know that knock is still happening. Spitfire in hand, pulls up deep, gets the first knock. Well, that actually is a knock of the player that was already down. Climbs, unfortunately, gets a lot of damage taken from behind. Insanity has a team backing up at least. And there we go. Sinful has been eliminated.
Sinful just biting too much than what they can chew there, unfortunately, as they just kept running into squad after squad. Eventually, they met their foe, the villain, in their arc in this game number 2. And it is going to be that team of Supernovas, Potentavis. A bit of a weird situation here, as they're just trying to poke out, deal some damage onto the player there. That's not the way you want to be going out on the zip line. I felt that one too many times to know. It's not a nice feeling. As we're tuning into Catalysts, who are just playing the right game, it looks like mostly. Just trying to wait it out, bide their time, and yeah, just do some rock climbing, you know? Why not? Lovely way to spend a Wednesday.
Yeah. Bouldering is one of the new in things to do alongside paddle, you know? Some bouldering and paddle sounds like a good afternoon to me. But yeah, they're retired. Nando Brosov, somebody we've seen a lot as well. Leaps. I still want to see Eviction in the game. I'm referring to a bunch of our actual retired people right now. I love the scene that is rapidly growing like this. We have new faces, new players absolutely making names for themselves. It's great to see the scene keeps evolving. Yeah, Nando Brosov team now just outside of zone, within a safe rotation distance at least. Supernova's doing a lot of damage here. But yeah, I think they're Sinful. They might have actually just overconfidently pushed the team, didn't respect their enemies, and they paid the price. Like you said, we're all on equal footing here. We should respect our teams. In the 30, that's a triple take, doing a lot of damage.
Triple take, always lethal on the right hands, yeah. Always lethal. Supernovas just holding the top over here of countdown. Zone will be closing quite shortly. And they just need to make sure that they can defend this area for as long as they can, while still making sure they have provision to plot their next move. The retired really being a bit of a nuisance for them. There's now Ragnarok, who was that team we saw take down Sinful. They've got some confidence in them. They're looking to maybe aggress onto this team.
It's moments like this, you wish you were Mad Maggie or something like that. You just like burn them out from the inside. It's so awkward, like they're just like you can't get in on a catalyst, right? And now there's a good team from the other side just griefing them. So it's just gonna be a awkward little stare down, and it seems like they're just opting, you know what? Fine, you live to see another day, as Ragnarok now rotating to countdown.
Ragnarok looking for other means to get in now to zone. The Supernovas still perched up at the top of countdown, firing as many shots as possible over here. Gonna be doing a good job at leveling up those Evo shields. I mean, it's quite meta, right? Since you get that extra damage boost with the walls, you get the cover, you can level up your shields, you sitting comfortably, you know, you play for zone.
Sheila,
I mean, it's a good life, man.
Have you seen Sheila? Like I was playing a game today, and then someone just ripped out the Sheila, and I didn't have cover nearby, and Sheila can really just make you realize the true danger of a rampart, right? And so that's also in their back pocket. So yeah, I think that's definitely an interesting comp to do. As you say, allows you to reset, farm up armor. It's very versatile overall. But yeah, Potentia Viz now trying to rotate through where team previously was. They get slowed down by this Bangalore ultimate. Yeah, they're just outside of zone. What is their play here? They do not have a lot of time left. They're going to hit a few shots at least. This is enough to create the opening for the zone.
Ooh, the black hole. Might be a little bit of a nuisance over here as the players will start to get sucked in. The dog veil's gonna have to come out to provide a little bit of cover, but the grab lift there has broken the line of sight. They have to try and just survive it out for a tiny little bit over here. G7 scout from KD, dishing out a lot of damage. They want to go from behind, but zone's closing in very soon. This might be the end for Potentivis. They're coming into this one, of course, overall 4th place for this group. They really need to try get as many high finishes as possible. And look who they're running into. Is none other than Ragnarok. Insanity taking some shots with the Nemesis, but now it's going to be a little bit tough over there for Potentivis, right?
Yeah, they have a very difficult mountain to climb to get into the zone. And honestly, I don't see them able to do it unless, that third-party legendary team that kind of pushes this team in for Ragnarok from behind gives them that opportunity. But wait, never mind. If you just smoke off the window, you can just run straight past it. Wow, who would have thought? Okay, so never mind. They've made it in now. Quite a few teams in this small little area. Catalyst. Oh, spots out Potentivis. Big shot. Okay, and Potentivis have been eliminated there. It's quite unfortunate.
Yeah, very unfortunate. Catalyst, though, will have to make their way in. And they drop into a solo! What is this? What is that? And they're all confused, but the kills will go Catalyst's way. Ragnarok aware of that. Not too sure if they really want to push into it. They might just try and hold this high ground. Try to identify what their threats are looking like down there. Shadow. Some shots with the Hemlock will dish out a little damage to warn that player off. Now Ragnarok looking quite strong here in the position that they're in. I don't think they did as well as they wanted to last week, Daddy Cool. I mean, they came 5th overall. Not too bad, of course. And now we have a new kill leader over here.
Yeah, I was also like, hey, nice new graphic again. Yay. New kill leader indeed with only 3 kills. But, that is still 5 kills for the squad so far and top 5 placements. So they will be happy with that type of points to their name for this week. Like you said, not maybe too happy with last week. I think Sinful just ran through lobbies last week, but Sinful going out this early, this game does give them that opportunity to potentially now get a big game for themselves. And, we've always seen it as well. When there's one of those teams that just destroy the lobby, if you're able to identify that they have been eliminated, it kind of does free up you to play your game more comfortably. And I think that's what they're doing right now. And hopefully they're going to capitalize on it to get themselves as much points on the board this game.
Yeah, it's a necessity to get as many points as possible in these situations. The zone closing very shortly. And Ragnarok still have some room to work with, yeah. Quite a nice little ledge, actually, for them. This is looking like a solid game for them to potentially win, especially with shots flying like that from Shadow. Phoenix Kid will have to be popped just to get some HP back in, use those meds that will be very difficult to use in that late game. Supernovas have not moved at all since we've seen them here earlier on. The Hemlock is just absolutely lethal in these lobbies, in every lobby that we see tonight, in every group. It's a top pick weapon, and you can just see why.
It doesn't look overpowered. It actually looks like just in a good place. It just feels like everybody notices now how the power of the bursts are. Because I think one burst is 80 damage, and it comes out with you can't, really counterplay it or dodge it. If the one burst hits, that's just a lot of damage you take. But yeah, as we see now, they're tired. They are a 2-man squad, and they're gonna have to. Okay, they're just gonna get absolutely smackered. I was about to scroll like they were gonna do some big things. Sheila in hand now. Bucky way back. They have been driving away all night long. Sheila is going to do some Sheilaing. Walls are down. Ragnarok going to try and use his Veil to push up through. The Black Hole has been popped as well. Will they be able to get this team? Veil is just really slowing them down from doing what they want to do.
Really slowing things down, cutting this platform in half. The nade will come through. It will knock one player down. Ragnarok now seem to be falling into pieces, it looks like. Is this just one player that's left? How are you going to survive this one? Insanity trying to jump away. Won't be able to pop that. Will go down. Bucky back. Making something happen. Working from below. Biding their time. They do have that opportunity to jump up with the grab lift if it's still available. The players will just have to fully heal. Supernovas who have been bunkered up in this position the whole game. Getting their chance to shine potentially as the zone will start to close in very shortly. There's that grab lift. Are they coming up for the fight? It doesn't look like it just yet. The shots are flying in distance over here. That might be an opportunity to push up. But not. They will wait. Bakary back. It's about to go down here, Daddy Cool.
Bakary back indeed. Try and get over this mountain right now in front of them. Supernova's not going to allow them to right now. And I think about TWC or the other team, they are two-man squad. If they can wait out this... No, actually, Catalyst, this is them right now. They are here. Yeah. The two-man squad. Bucky Favach just chilling in the background, waiting for this fight to happen. If they can play their timing perfectly, they might have themselves a win on their hand. It feels like it's anybody's game right now. It's all going to depend on how the zone plays, how the abilities are used. And Nox, we see this player is staying low on ammo right now. We're managing that ammo, getting that damage up. Nobody on red on this team yet, so maybe trying to get those folks off to get that red for the last game. Prowler in hand. Oh!
There's some shots, man.
Some shots indeed.
Some lethal shots are coming up over here, and Supernovas just look like they're in the prime position to pretty much close this game out. Armor swaps just to be sure. Shots flying from above over here. Bakire Vak, of course, the team that's down there. And Stanky's taking up a lot of damage. He's gonna have to try and tuck somewhere, but he won't be the one to go down. It's actually Get Good, and maybe this is the opportunity now for Supernovas to drop down, and they will, but they haven't spotted that other player down. Shots not connecting for as much damage as you'd want, but Supernovas will be your winner here for game number 2 for Book 3.
Is that a 2-1 squad that just won?
No.
No, it's a 3-man. Okay.
It's Supernovas made the early rotation. Daddy Ranger, Shadow, exhausted after that one, right? Staying
Yep.
and having to wait it out and count down, but it all paid off as they come through with that win here. Daddy.
He brought that win through indeed. And just so you know, I do have the previous matches stats on here as well for this lobby. Sinful came first place with 17 kills that previous game. So they had a great game first round. The second round, not as much. But yeah, I think that does equalize the scores of this lobby of this round 2 of the qualifiers so far. And I just want to say thanks again to obviously Predator and Clear Access Quark making all of this possible. And you guys, the viewers out there, I didn't see our viewership right now, but I do believe we are close to 100, if not over. Remember, over 100 for 3 weeks, and we do push up that prize pool. But yeah, what a great game there by all these teams. Sinful going out early felt like it was the best thing for this game. It really made the lobby feel so intense as everybody was playing. You know, there's not a team that's running over it. It's always fun to see that. It's like Sinful and previous game, obviously, 2 Lions, 1 Camel. They do a lot, but if they're out of the lobby, it feels like the lobby can take the pace it must. And they put up a great showing for us. And well played there to Supernova, taking the round 2 home for themselves.
Yeah, I mean, big congratulations to them. They played Apex Legends the way it's supposed to be played, in terms of having a composition like that, where you get the information early, you make a rotation, you set up, you bunker up. I mean, how many times did they flip onto them and they were in that same spot up until the very end? And that just comes down to practice and understanding how end games work, and just having that knowledge on where God spots are going to be. And even if you're not in God spot, what kind of positions would work out best for you to win? Unfortunately for Bucky Vach, they were just in that low ground and they didn't have much cover to work with. And of course, Catalyst just down to a 2-man, and as soon as one goes down, it almost becomes impossible for that last member to try and clutch things out. But I mean, massive shout out to them, as we're going to be transitioning over to group number 3 very shortly. And again, just a big shout out to our sponsors over here, Clear Access and Predator, for bringing you guys the ACGL grind. We're starting off grind season 2 with Apex, of course. Here we are. Coming up is going to be Rocket League, and then to end things off is going to be COD, which I'm sure Daddy Cool is also excited about for when MW3 comes through. But look, we still have to get 100 views. We still have a lot of opportunities here to do that in the next coming weeks, as teams are going to be slowly qualifying for playoffs.
I just want to let the people know Apex is my baby, okay? I will never betray you, though. Call of Duty might have raised me, but Apex showed me the way, showed me the world. So I'm always at Team Apex ZA Grind. Don't forget on social media to go and use that hashtag. As we said, I think yesterday on Twitter, it's not just on Twitter. It's on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. If you make a video related to anything with the Grind series, always hashtag Apex ZA Grind to increase that prize pool by a further 10,000 Rand if we are at the #1 game for the Grind series. But yeah, ACGL with the Grind. I love this Grind initiative they have. It's fantastic having there's some banter, between the different games. It's so much fun. And GG. So yeah, we're getting ready for round 3, lobby 3. We have some, can I give us some interesting match stats? Apex Rejects got first place in the first game with 9 kills. And then Tea Time got first place with 10 kills in the second game. CCB, one of our favorites, doing decently, getting second and third with a total of 12 kills between those two games. So yeah, we have a lot of, I think it's going to be an interesting lobby to watch again. And then after this, we're going back to lobby number 1. So yeah, I think, admins, are we jumping into game number 3 directly, or do we have a short break? Okay, we have to keep you guys busy for 1 minute. So Tender,
Well,
what can you tell me?
what can I tell you is that if you guys want to see your title join the ACGL grind, right, there is an opportunity. Of course, you know, we have 3 titles currently, like I mentioned before, and the title with the lowest social reach is going to be dropped for season number 3, unfortunately, and it's currently looking like Rocket League is struggling a little bit right now, and it's looking like a big battle between Free Fire and Valorant. Now, guys, listen, look, Free Fire is a great game, of course, but come on, man, we gotta get Valorant on the grind. You know what I'm saying? We
My
need that to
order
happen.
is Apex, COD, Valorant. Okay, I want those 3 games to be there. Clearly, South Africa has the first person shooter
The
nation.
perfect grind season will be Apex, Valorant, and COD. I will learn COD for you guys, dude. Okay?
Oh, okay, you guys heard it. You guys heard it.
Okay,
Valorant.
like I know how to play COD. Okay, guys, let me be honest. Let's hone back in to group number 3. There's a storyline, of course. CCB is not performing terribly, of course, right? You just mentioned the results. They are first in this group, but they're definitely looking to really bang in this game number 3, I'm sure.
Yeah, I definitely think that is a team that is not used to not getting first place with at least double-digit kills in a game, you know. So they are going to hopefully be pushing themselves to their limits, and I think they definitely can. But we see here for the meme, a team I want to keep my eyes on, Niling, one of my favorite people and best players in the country. Don't at me. Great IGL. We have JG, Phoenix Kids, Gamma, Charlie, a few teams here. Empty Wallets, they did quite well last week, I do believe. But Apex Rejects as well. Carnivore, we've seen Carnivore in previous tournaments absolutely pop off. But then obviously CCB, Cheater Boy and Chambi. Those 2 alone are usually 2 players that can, you know, do everything and take a whole lobby by themselves. So let's hope they find their rhythm in this game. Maybe it's just been some bad rotations, because we know how a bad rotation can completely ruin your day. Even if you're one of the best teams in the world, we've seen it happen to TSM. So yeah, anything can happen. But CCB is currently first. We're talking about them like they're not first. 15k damage.
I told you it's possible, Dadiku. You doubted Sinful's damage, but clearly TCB very close as well. Yeah, as they'll be dropping into Lava Siphon. Similarities there between the 2 as well, right? That will be quite interesting when we get into playoffs. Of course, those 2 teams, yeah, those 2 teams, of course, are looking geared and ready to make it into playoffs. Currently, if the standings continue in their favor, so we might see a contention when we get there. But let's talk about that when we get there. Yes.
Indeed. We have 3 more weeks before we do get there. But I'm so excited for that. We have so much action to bring you guys, right? Am I correct in saying it's a total of 6 weeks then? Is it 4 group stages, 1 last chance qualifier, and then the actual finals?
Yes, but the last chance qualifier happens in the same week as as finals. So
well, 5 sets of
we'll call it 5.5. Just
yeah. 5.5. Okay. I'm just like, the more the merrier. That's all I can say. But yeah, it's interesting to see. Talking about as we're getting, you know, the teams do get started slowly. The Hemlock being such a dominant pick this season. Like, I'm definitely going to go back to my games and be picking up the Hemlock. I've not been keeping up with the meta, as this gun is doing so much work, and we see it's a favorite for most of the teams to be picking up. And yeah, D-time here in our good old-fashioned, you know, Fragment, which is now Monument, will always be Fragment in my heart, though.
Thinking in all our hearts, as the game's just starting to cook up a little bit. Some shots coming in from King on the player that's on the zip line, but nothing really to worry about. From my memory from last week, we did watch this group twice, right? So
yes,
they were quite slow in terms of things starting and us getting some action out of them. A lot of respect in the lobby in terms of where teams are dropping and really reading their rotations. So it might be a while till we see any action compared to Group 1 and Group 2. But look who's making their way towards some
some shooty
some
shoots.
victims, maybe.
Yep.
Some opponents. Who knows just yet? As CCB makes their way over here.
Ooh, to one of the other teams we definitely know are
Apex
capable
Rejects.
of a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, 7th place overall from last week. Yeah, they've got the potential on them if we're just looking at the roster, but didn't do too well last week in terms. Oh, man, I think I just cast the custom.
Yo. That's it's Streetwise 2. I remember KFC Streetwise 2, who's not part of Uber Eats loot delivery. It's all coming back to me now. But yeah, got absolutely beamed there while on the crafter. They probably weren't expecting a team to rotate in that early. And CCB is the team that will go on a hunt like that. So they take down the first. Thank goodness the Seer meta is over. That's something I did want to discuss. I hope that thing never comes back. Because if the Seer meta was still a thing, CCB would have a Seer, and this poor player wouldn't have been able to rat right now. But they are looking. Chambi's not going to let them get away easily.
Yeah, why would you? Why would you let them get away easily? No, they're still uppers too, actually. Carnivore split away from MacMan. Carnivore still just hanging around, but I mean, it's good. Maybe potentially we'll get that banner to get the player back into this. Still 15 squads up, of course, as those two members will be thugging it out over here for Apex Rejects. Maybe a fight might happen here with Dark Esports. They're gonna have to clear their back very soon. Someone will be coming over that hill very shortly. And not too bad from them last week. 5th place, 15 points overall. Which, I mean, for them, it's good. It's steady. They just have to make sure they deal with this one. And make sure they can keep putting those points on the board as we move through the weeks.
Yeah, definitely. Keeping those points up consistently is how you do get it to that finals where we all want to be, right? It's so great being in the finals. You say you just making it there sometimes is enough an honor because we have over 50 teams that have participated. If you do make it, it means you are, some of the best in the country when it comes to teams. And Dark looking indecisive. They want to stay here and take this fight or just back off. And the longer this fight draws out, the bigger the chance of a third party. You have to start deciding right now. But empty wallets are getting pressured now. Not sure by who, but they are preventing that pressure. Light Desire does get broken. Gonna try and get this reset off. Oh, but there's somebody inside. That was unfortunate timing. Hawkeye on top still playing the door, trying to stay alive. Whoever is against them here is here with a vengeance. NRE Charlie being eliminated in the background. Door gets popped open. Light Desire just drops again. They rotated onto the roof. The Arc Star hits and slows. Instant kill is low. This looks like the beginning of the end. Try and get this bat off. Okay, we have a third-person perspective to play with. Oh, awkward wall. The shield being played with. Yeah, hits a massive 72, but there is a new team coming in though.
Oh,
CCB. Will get this reset?
Have to be careful as well. Zone is encroaching. But it's only the first one, so not too much to worry about. Doesn't look like they'll be able to get that heal and res onto Chambi just yet. It's looking a little bit grim. Dogville will come out just to provide a little bit of cover in the building as they try to get back up on their feet. Chambi now up. But, I mean, the players, they've decided to actually rotate out of this one, Fs, because they just don't feel like it's worth it. They'd rather prioritize rotation, get out of the zone. Don't want to be caught up in that just yet. Some interesting action is happening over here at Mirage for Yash. It's Nessie Clan. Ooh, Avenue goes down. Not good for the team. That might be room for this aggression as the Gravlifts comes out. Rolling Thunder also activated. And it's just looking like they're going to jump on top of this. The Horizon player gets cracked. But already, it's 2 knobs. It's just Superior left to try fight this one out. Wingman shot. Connecting massive headshot, but won't be enough to take down Chili. There's now Nessie Clan who will go down.
Nessie Clan goes down, unfortunately. They put up a decent fight there, holding their own against the Plague. The Plague also having a great performance last week. But I just want to say, Daddy Cool with the sidelines, the subplots, the B-plots. KFC Street Wars 2 is back in the game. Apex Rejects did manage to salvage. So yeah, then it's not over yet, but Vibe and Apex now are flying in here. Another team that we are going to be keeping our eyes on for the tournament. Having some great show. They were third last week. Huge shots here by the Horizon. I literally don't know what that name is. I would like to find out so I could say the name for these players at some point. But yeah, Viber now, they did a lot of damage. Will they be able to capitalize on damage? Doesn't look like it at the moment.
Doesn't look like it for now. I'm just trying to figure out between, you know, Anarchy and Phantasm, who's who on Vivian right now. So Aban's gonna have to tell us, honestly.
Yeah, we were discussing this like just before. Like, why do people play with their proper names? They make our lives difficult.
Yeah, I mean, they make our lives difficult. You make your own lives difficult, guys. I mean, if you're trying to become a professional player and join, you know, a team and compete on great platforms, just like ACGL, who are hosting this grind alongside Predator and Clear Access, you need to be using your real username. You know, we're gonna have to remember you some way.
Yeah. Pro tip: use your name. You know, that's great stuff. But yeah, Phoenix kids are potentially gonna have the opportunity to raise this fuse. I don't know what happened here. There was like a bit of a crazy shenanigans in this area, but the third-party saving team came to save them and give them another chance at life. As Viber now do have this top building set up with this Catalyst. Saying that Catalyst is such a powerful legend right now. Oh, Crosshair did some weird stuff there. But yeah, no, I definitely want to see what the meta is going to look like for this next season. I'm very excited for it. I'm actually very excited to get back into Apex Legends overall. I miss this game, yeah? I miss it a lot.
Let's see. Players won't be missing the shots, though.
That was a good segue. Good job.
Thanks. I try. All right, CCB are back in this one, looking to be lethal, as they're fully stacked up as well. You know, they got their purples. The squad is looking clean. The Hemlock is shooting, dealing damage, but not so much here from Blade, who we saw perform quite well last week. You know, a new player onto this one in terms of just, you know, the scene and just playing with players of such caliber as Chambi, as Cheetah Boy. I mentioned that, you know, if Chambi and Cheetah Boy are picking Blade, then there has to be something crazy going on there, and proved it to me last week for sure. And exactly like how I predicted the lobby, it's quite slow. We did see a lot of fights, a lot of teams did go down, but this lobby tends to be a little bit slower, to be honest. Chile has just been through it all today in terms of damage. Once again, low for the Plague, as they're just trying to find somewhere to play in this next end game.
Yeah, definitely trying to find that location. But yeah, it's a respectful lobby, this one. Teams aren't too over-eager to push and overcommit or, you know, risk their lives. But yeah, as we see, there's a fight happening here. Loot delivery. It looks like they might be delivering some loot to our boys over at CCD. The black hole does go out. Hopefully it's able to slow them down. Luke's going to try and get that res off. Actually able to. Good massive shots here by the Catalyst. Gonna opt to actually try and reset again. That just might be what they need. But will it be enough? Another break loot delivery, doing so much damage, working so hard.
Yeah, it's looking really good over here for Uber. It's loot delivery. As there's so much utility that's been thrown in here, though, it's gonna be so difficult for people to try stay alive, and even Little Giant will eventually fall. And it's all left to the Catalyst player, who did so much to put them in this position. The car, just not enough to take down CCB, who are down a member. Chambi won't be in this endgame. But kill leader currently, currently
7 kills
for Blade, who just keeps on showing up to the party here for CCB. And honestly, stealing the show in terms of, you know, the star player to look out for.
Yeah, and I mean, there's a small chance that Chambi can get back into the game, but as I say, that Apex rejects are pressuring onto them right now. The Arc Stars are being thrown. It's gonna be a tough one. Lifting up, somehow still alive, not getting knocked quite yet. The Dark Veil is out as well. Blaze just dodge, duck, dive, and dodging right now. Good old-fashioned dodgeball skills staying alive. But yeah, they're probably going to try and see if there's any opportunity to get Chambi back into the game, but currently it's not looking possible. As we see on the map that Vibin is coming in from behind there as well. But yeah, Plague pressuring onto this team. I managed to get the last player here, I believe. No, Sheila
coming in. Won't find anything as the players will get knocked out immediately. They will have to reset over here. Plague not looking comfortable for them, and yet for the meme are looking to dive in down to this situation as the shots will fly out for Cyber and the gang, but have to back away. It's not easy for them. Currently coming into this one, 6 overall. Didn't have too bad of a showing last week. Oh, we've got a second place as the top finish, which I mean, if you get into second place, third place, those are always where you want to end up. Obviously everyone wants to win the game, right? But consistency is key at the end of the day, and quite a lot of congestion over here. Rockvale's out here from Gamma, moving in. We'll take the player out. That's Carnival. Unfortunate there for the team. It's everyone now just a little bit too far from each other to really dish out any fights. As I say, that Plague is really in the thick of it over here.
Yeah, in thick of it indeed. Oh, that player comes flying into a barrage of bullets, but goes to the Dark Veil, gets slowed a lot. Oh wow, Cyrex just playing outside the Dark Veil just had the easiest time of their life. But that is Cyber here for the meme, have been eliminated. The Plague being a plague to the memes, unfortunately. And we're down to 7 squads, 16 players, so quite a few rats in the lobby as well. CCB still have their 2-man squad up. Chambi has not been recovered yet, unfortunately. We have our Apex Rejects still in the lobby. We have, obviously, we just saw the Plague. Vibin, some Dark Esports, big teams in this lobby right now. I think we're in for a great showing here. And we're getting ready in 6 seconds for round 4 to start moving in.
Yeah, but it's that dreaded pull all towards that lava.
Yep.
It's not going to give much room for teams to work with. It's going to be quite a bloodbath when it gets to it. But for now, everyone needs to more warrior on this round 4 rotation. Vibin in a odd position in between quite a few teams.
Chambi has been recovered. I just want to let you know. He's alive. He's in the game again.
That's a development, honestly. And the bigger development over here is how much damage Vibin is taking. They need to try pick a fight that's really going to be the best option for them to make it into the zone, or at least get an opportunity to heal. And that just seems like an unfortunate timing altogether. They'll have to play with under this Dark Veil, but there's also a Rolling Thunder and another team that's next to them. At this point, all utility needs to come out to try and stay alive, as Loves is the only one that really seems to be in any position to make anything happen with that HP. Backing away, is there an opportunity for Vibing to come back into this one, or will they go out?
They are going to have to fight for their lives if they do want to try and keep it alive, but they are able to reset right now. There are a lot of teams in this area. Dark Esports just being eliminated there in the kill feed. Looks like they're going to be able to pick up the Fuse. I want Vibin to win, as I am now a Fuse main, like I said. Here we see CCB have taken a lot of damage, get broken. They are able to take down that team, hopefully get some armor softs off that Chambi. Healing in the background, just being held here. Cheater Boy doing the most for his team right now, getting another knock. The bow check in hand for Chambi, doing a lot of damage, a quick armor swap. And it seems like CCB are fully in the game again. Blade still on 7 kills right now, 3 squads left. 2 full squads and a rat. Zarex getting Chambi, unfortunately. Chambi unfortunately keeps getting caught off guard here. I was on the back foot here. Blackwall coming in. Plague breaking it down. Sheila in hand as well. These are the 2 titans in the lobby. There's a rat somewhere just very happy right now.
The rat waiting for an opportunity for when everything seems prime. Blade's gonna be the one that goes down. It's gonna just be Cheetah Boy over here for CCB, who will take down this last final rat. But it looks like Plague will just drop onto him, and it's not gonna be as easy as it was looking for CCB, as the Plague will come up on top of this lobby.
Plague taking that one, and unfortunately the CCB were just on the back foot there. The Chambi had to play with white armor and like an unkitted gun. Did manage to get the kill, kind of swapped a bit, but then Blade trying to go and get out and reset, and what happens? The rat just comes schnickety in and ruins CCB's dreams of winning that round. But they still had an amazing showing for that game. I don't think they'll be too disappointed with their points that get from that. But yeah, Plague, well played there, keeping their composure, keeping that. I feel they had great positioning and kind of played around with it very well, and they ended up taking up round number 3. We have one more round, Tendo. We're going to be dropping back into round 1 of team group 1.
Yeah, I mean, what an exciting game coming in there from group number 3. And you just know when we get into that finals, there'll be the kind of teams that are going to, be keeping things interesting, staying away from fights, as that lobby really took some time to wind down. And ultimately, there at the end, when everyone was pushed on top of each other at the top over there, just outside of where Thermal was, it was just a bloodbath for all those teams trying to make their way into the zone. So quite exciting scenes coming in from group 3. And as we set our eyes onto group number 1, we'll see just exactly how things are going. Hopefully we can get a quick little update there from you, Daddy Cool, on just how the past couple of games have been going. Just so we can see what we're installed with and have a very clear storyline leading into this final game for the night. Thank you for everyone that has tuned in today. Guys, make sure you go check out ACGL on the socials. Shout out to our sponsors, Predator and Clear Access, for bringing us ACGL Grind. We're gearing up for group number 1, the final game. And I mean, Daddy Cool, so far, after seeing all 3 groups this week, nicely this week, what is there really to draw from each group, right? I think we have the understanding that group 3, very slow paced, we're gonna see a lot more teams survive until the very end. But what about group 1 and 2?
I just want to say there, CCB and Plague both had 14 kills that last game in Group 3. We just saw first and second place, so it's good games. But talking about Group 1, game number 3 that just played for them, 2 Lions, 1 Camel put on first place with 23 kills to their name. So I think I know. So currently, with the way the seedings work, the top teams are kind of distributed between these groups. So obviously, they are doing a great showing. But I would love to see when all these top teams are in one lobby. I'm so excited for it. Team 2. I feel we have these 3 sets of lobbies, right? We have this 2 Lions, 1 Camel just running through. Then in the other lobby, we have the Sinful ones. They're also doing really, really well, but they're kind of in between. Lobby 1 and lobby 3 is our more tactical, slow, smart lobby. It's still a lot of kills, but so it's a kind of awesome match, a mix and match of lobbies right now. But I can't wait to see CCB go against Lions, go against Sinful. It's going to be fun. I'm excited already for those qualifiers because I think we know which teams are definitely going to be qualifying, right? There's no doubt about that. I think there's a lot of teams that are now playing for that 5 and 6 to see if they can make it to there. So I think. I think that answers the question.
I think when you're looking at the way that they distributed the groups in terms of just trying to keep them balanced, there is sort of a top 4 that we can expect, and people are definitely going to be fighting for 5th and 6th, mostly in these ones, and not to outrule any team, right? I always say that anyone can pop up, it can really go down to the wire. But look, we're definitely in the life cycle of Apex. We're going on to year 4, right? And after 4 years of a game, I think there's some players that have put in a lot of time, and when they get into these kind of opportunities, they make sure that we can see that they've had enough time in the game, right? And you can start to make your predictions, and you can start to pick your apples where you want to pick your apples, and I mean that's why you see teams like our previous Crocs with Socks get signed by teams like Heroes, because they know these players have that potential, they have that background into these ones, and they almost guarantee themselves slots into those bigger paying tournaments, those grand finals that we'll be seeing as we're loading in now for the last game of the night here. Daddy Cool, World's Edge again, of course. We love World's Edge. Look at those.
We realized why there is currently only World's Edge in rotation is because the map of Stormpoint is not in normal map rotation at all. So that is why we're only doing World's Edge currently. And I mean, I love World's Edge. I'm not complaining about seeing it every time. It just feels like the perfect map for completing. The rotations are good. The POIs are all well balanced. It's such a good map. But yeah, these teams are getting ready now for the last game. And we might be in for another showing here for our 2 Lions, 1 Camel. But there's a lot of teams and players and individuals here who we know can hold their own if they do take their fight correctly. Let's hope that somebody can kind of slay. What is that? Is that a Mirage being picked up by 2 Lions, 1 Camel? I am a happy chappy. I am now once again a Mirage main after seeing this. They're kind of just flexing on this lobby right now. They have advantage, a Mirage. Okay, they're just trying to show that they are the best team in the lobby right now, no matter who they play.
it seems that it's actually more like 3 lions, 1 cap. Because Alpaca it's floating between 14 and Alpaca as the sub on this team, right? I think it just depends on load shading vibes, right? So I mean, we actually didn't see the match stat of we didn't notice that they had 21 damage last week. They did better than Sinful. So right,
hectic. 21,000.
Yeah,
okay, so
21,000 is kind of hectic, man.
Yeah, and CCB on 15. So yeah, so clearly these top teams are able to dish out those big 5-digit numbers. I would love to see the total damage after next week. You were about to say, sorry, Tendo, I was just excited about big numbers.
No, all good. Who wouldn't be excited about big numbers? NXZ probably looking for some big numbers coming into this one as well. Of course, one of the teams that we have our eyes on here, Nai, Zesty, and EXO. Been in the scene for quite some time, really showing that they have the caliber to perform in these big tournament situations. And seems like some action is happening over there. Someone's already been knocked down.
Savitar's solo dropped.
Oh, hello.
And got punished for it. Okay.
Hi.
Maybe they're a bit too arrogant.
Where's the rest of the squad?
They're staging. Literally at staging. Hey, but wait, they have a Mirage. He can just craft their banner. Mirage best legend in the game. Don't at me.
I'm not too sure on the call there. I know the landslide staging harvester drop. That one makes sense. You know, you're very close to each other. But the monument fragment solo, maybe he was AFK. I don't know. We'll have to do like a post-game interview or something like that to find out.
They maybe just trying to help out some other teams, giving them some free kills, you know, help get them on the board. Is this match fixing, guys? Oh, I don't know, Savitar. As you can see, Dan already. But yeah, okay, so now this is once again one of the faster lobbies, but actually looking at the map, the teams are very, very spread out. The closest teams to each other are Lava Fissure and Countdown. Don't know if we're going to be seeing a fight right now. I'm pretty sure they're going to try and craft up Savitar here.
I just find it interesting that when we watched them in the beginning of the day, there were only 2. We tuned back in. They have 3, but now they're down to 2 anyways. Just, don't know,
Two's
man.
a lucky number, okay?
Yeah, man. 2 seems to be their lucky number. As it is much more quiet this time around for these teams. Not too much has happened. Only 1 team, I believe, dropped so far. It looks like from when we started.
Possibly, yeah.
Looking at the zone, I'm kind of hoping it's going to be Monument Fragment kind of finish, to be honest. It'll be quite interesting.
Production just showed us 1 team indeed has been dropped. Psychopath. They are out of the tournament. They are done for the night. But yeah, so we've always talked about this as well. You know, as the matches go on and you're trying to get into, you know, late into the night, you kind of try and change up your playstyle to try and squeeze out as many points as you can from the night. I think that's maybe why these teams are playing slow. They're going to try and prioritize those placements. We've seen it all before. But to that point as well, we discussed earlier how it's everybody's game in this tournament in general. As we are working, obviously, with the match point system. And I think when we have so many top-level teams that are able to play, the match point system really does keep it interesting as these teams can get onto match point, but then it's just about who takes it up next, right? I'm quite excited for that.
I'm excited as we are soon to close off week number 2, approaching week 3 fast and quickly, honestly, with the way this year's been going.
Okay, Savitar is alive again. Just so we have that update.
Yeah, I mean, look, man, I'm not sure what he saw to go to Fragment. Maybe, I don't know. I want to think he was going to landslide, and maybe he didn't think anyone was going to fragment, and I was like, oh, there's definitely going to be better loot there, so let me go that direction. But lesson has been learned moving into the next few weeks. This team is kind of just sliding down the hill over here, and high IQ to get a little bit aggressive onto this one, but it's not really working in success as the Mirage ultimate is also popped and making things so confusing. Everyone's going down on the team. It looks like only left up to 1 player who's shooting decoys. You hate to see that.
You love to see that. What do you mean? There's a 3rd party incoming right now. Somehow High IQ is able to, with High IQ plays, reset here for a bit. IOQ has ran into, you know, one of the scary lobby, you know, the players that you don't want to run into this game. And but thank goodness for them, another team has come in to save their necks. Looking at the minimap, there's another team at the top left also coming to join the fight. So much for a slow lobby. These teams just want to fight.
It looks like it's going to be a big fight here. The PK shots over here from Savitar not connecting for all the damage that he'd hoped for, but the team's there to back him up. Nothing really to worry about. Some shots from the distance over here. It's perplexed. Apex, who seem a bit perplexed as the return fire is not what they expected. And now the high ground will be taken. They're going to have to back out of this one. They don't have the armor for this, and especially when Vantage players like Masuko are out here taking shots like that, you really need to be careful.
Oh yeah, Vantage in the hand of somebody like Masuko is definitely a dangerous situation. As you see here, the Veil being popped down, but that doesn't matter. Savitar is going to push straight through it, find himself a kill. 2 lions, 1 camel. Oh! Zadie, I saw the other perspective that 88 damage to the face, but the Savitar is going to just beam them down some more. Savitar, kill leader right now already. And the Mirage Bamboozles, you saw that, okay? It worked fantastically. You know, if you don't know who to shoot, you're in a safe space. If the enemy can't shoot, derail you. Mirage meta, you can see it. If 2 lions, 1 camel is doing it, guys, you must know.
Yeah, definitely. 2 lions, 1 camel. Looking to close off the day quite strong. And I mean, look, they pretty much secured this week as well, based off the points that they've gotten. And I mean, it always shows the quality of a team, even when you get into those kind of positions where you kind of guaranteed in some sort of placement or whatever it might be, that you still play that same caliber that you would show regardless. As we tune into NRE Alpha, who in game 1, remember, had a bit of an unlucky spell then at the end game, trying to clutch things. But now in a similar position to just hold things off over here at Countdown, as there's a team on the other side. Oh, it's a Kraber with Tickle My Pickle. What are you going to do with it? Are you going to tickle someone's head? That's the real question. Looking for an opportunity.
Don't get bamboozled.
Oh no! Someone from behind. It's Exo, it's NXZ, who are looking to cause some trouble over here, Daddy Cool.
Oh, I had a heart attack for that player spot. You're just trying to hit your Kraber shot and then you just get the bamboozle from behind. Unfortunately, getting taken out quickly, but NXZ right now going to aggress here. The Digi in hand. Gonna not help the Bangalore if the Digi is there. Another team called the NRE Alpha is down. And the Hemlock is going to keep on booming there from Nye on the far side. All around the map, people are falling. Dada's team is down as well. We saw earlier in the kill feed. NXZ going to be able to reset here ever so slightly, as there is another team here. 3 teams in the area. Glitch Psycho, how many times can he respawn his team this time? Death Joker spots out 1 player there to the right. Not going to take any shots just yet. We'll see a team griefing them from Landslide. Oh, and it's none other than the 2 lions, 1 camel. Do not go to Landslide side. That is where Death will find you. But NXZ taking out a few players now as well. Glitch Psycho getting taken out. The team not dead yet. Gonna have a rat out again. Oh, a lot of shots onto the... He wanted to be a rat, but I don't foresee him ratting for much longer, as we see that is the end of High Bar Nox.
Hey, the guys are like, it's child time, you know, it's closeout. I mean, we're down to just, what, 5 teams all of a sudden?
Oh,
is Heroes dead? Guys, is Heroes still in the lobby? That's what I'm wondering about.
They are all the way at Climatizer. They were fighting somebody.
They're just chilling, waiting for people to come through. The shots over here from the Vantage main. It looks like Masuko will carry out Nye. What a lovely shot. Unfortunately, Savitar has taken and has been dead. With Alpaca. Oh, the no-scope was nice, but not enough, really. And Masuko now has to try clutch things up with his Hemlock. The Hemlock is absolutely dishing out damage. An opportunity potentially for this clutch. It would be so massive over here. For a 2 lions, 1 camel to get this clutch. Dogville goes out to try provide a little bit of cover for potentially a res on the other side. Zesty's pinging out as much as he can. I think that might have been a stick. The swing around, the R99 over here. Masuko, unrelenting, will take them down and bring back Alpaca.
Alpaca is our backup, baby. Hey! But unfortunately, Salvatore has been completely taken out again. And there the zone is also ticking away. They have to fight
not
the
his game,
zone
man.
now.
Oh,
zone
no!
is so
Oh, he's
far.
alive! Oh my
Not like
goodness.
this. Not like this. No, I don't think you can res. I don't think you can do
I
it.
think he's gotta just go. He's gotta just go, man.
Masuka. Yeah, you can craft a teammate banner, Masuka. That Masuka.
Heroes is just like, yeah, man, you know, we take these, you know.
They're just flying around the map looking for people to kill at this point, as I think they've sussed out that the lobby is dead for the most part. You can see at the top there, so they drop on a team.
Oh.
Heroes right now. They
Okay.
saw somebody here, but somebody in Epicenter is also just going to be watching this fight. Brandslang, I don't know which one it is. Just you can see how scared they are. And
Come on,
Witskus.
daddy, cool. Not brand slang. Brand slang.
You know, most the Razer had released a mouse called the Boomslang, but everybody called it the Boomslang. So I'm gonna keep to the Razer naming just because we don't know how to say these foreign language words. Anyway, as Charlize Theron says, only 14 people who speak Afrikaans. Okay, so. Don't blame people. Anyway, some memes. But 2 lions, 1 camel. What? When did they get
What?
Salvatore back up? What?
Hello? What is this? What is this arc? What is this story arc coming through here, man?
I don't know what these guys do. They just play a different game than I do. I would have been dead 10 times over to this zone by now.
Yeah, but it's a bit of a trek to get to where that end game is right now. And if we tune into what's happening in that end zone, it's heroes who are looking like villains rather in this situation. As they are taking a team down who are just trying to make a rotation, man. That's it.
Sneaky just running for their life like, I will survive. Rexu not getting the last charged up shot, so unfortunately not getting the kill. Savitar gets hit by an arc star?
Yeah,
What?
well.
What is going on?
Savitar is not having a goodie, eh? You ever play one of those games, guys, where it's just you going down over and over again, man? That's
I don't think he had yield, and then he just decided, you know what, I'm just gonna arc star myself. But right now, this next zone is moving in, and it is chowing away at the dreams of 2 lions, 1 camel. Don't know if they're gonna make it. There is a chance, but yeah, as we see, the rest of the teams are now Duetskus, the duo team. We saw that Firestorm did at least manage to get away with their live sneaky, getting away with like 1 HP earlier. So all around those teams just trying to pick up the scraps. And Rexy spots out Savitar. Oh no, this is Masuko, who's been knocked, has armor still, but the zone is gonna do the final blow.
Yeah.
There we go.
Sick clutch, but unlucky kind of situation, you know. Alpaca is just straggling right now, you know. I mean, can still res though, boys. To be honest.
He's getting full sent by the boys of Heroes, doing his best to keep the dream alive. Some damage being popped. The bamboozle's trying to bamboozle, but not going to bamboozle enough. And that is 2 lions, 1 camel out for the night. Now this is Heroes games to win, as it's 2 duo squads left in the lobby. Shots being fired as we see there in the distance. Boss D taking a lot of damage. Gonna try and reset here. And yeah, this is the beginning of the end, only in zone 4 though. So there's a lot of place to play still with if these teams want to reposition and play smart.
Still a bit of an opportunity. Let's not just give it to Heroes yet, you know. Let's see what happens. But Redact is in a nice spot over here. The smoke will really be a nuisance for him. He's gonna have to try reposition as he swings around this corner, sneaking around the rock, because the rest of the team is just sliding in there. R99 pretty much seals the deal on that one, and there will be no more sneaking around there for that player. And so for Boss D as well. And it's just the one team left up at top over there, and they know pretty much what's going to happen here. Mafia, it's about to be a fight, to be honest, over here. Heroes are angry. Oh, but it's the disruptor rounds on the alternator, which could provide for something interesting. That'll also be an armor swap that'll be laid down over there for them potentially, but it doesn't look like they really care. Tenshi swinging around the corner, will swing out with the Nemesis, takes down the one. It's only going to be Brandslang who's left, and hightailing it away, and the team is just running in on it, just standing still. Gonna be an easy one over there for Heroes to close out.
Hey, second place is good placement points, so that team won't be too disappointed. They were also a two-man squad, you know. Good if they get that type of placement. But yeah, what an exciting night of showing of skill here. We saw 2 Lions, 1 Camel doing some interesting things that game. Just kind of keeping the spirits alive. And here we do see our champion Heroes, formerly known as Crocs with Socks. In my heart, they will always be Crocs with Socks. Taking tonight's last game for round group 1. And yeah, Tindo, what an amazing night once again here. Thank you everybody who's been here. We have to say thanks to obviously the people who make all of this possible. And what have they made possible? Production. What has Predator made possible for us? Predator and Clear Access Quark. This amazing 14,000 Rand prize pool. Look at that distribution. 7,000 Rand, 3,500 Rand, 2,100 Rand, 1,400 Rand. And don't forget, you can increase these numbers further and actually give a prize, some prize money to the 5th place as well. You, the community, yes. Just remember, hashtag ApexZA grind. Get those tweets out. Tindo, what a lovely night, as always.
What a lovely night, honestly. Love to see all the Apex action throughout the group. Such great storylines as well to follow, you know, in and amongst all the groups. At some point, they're all going to converge when those top 6 come out. And I mean, it's what's even going to be more nice is that LCQ, right? Because that LCQ is going to be those players that are just like, man, we almost had it, you know, just a little bit extra is what we needed. And they might be given that little bit extra in aside those LCQs later on. But that's going to be it for week number 2 over here at ACGL Grind for Apex Legends. Make sure to come in next week when we're going to have some more games, some more action very, very soon. And Daddy Cool, just before we close off, any closing remarks?
Any closing remarks? Okay, teams, there are 2 weeks left. The teams that are now anywhere between, I think, 5th place and about 10th place. The gaps aren't too big. Even if you're actually last place right now, one big game can still get you the qualifier. So go get into aim labs, go get into Kovacs, go get into the firing range, go train, watch some pro YouTube videos on how to rotate and play your gunfight smart. It's not over until the last chance qualifier is over for you to get into that grand final. Give it your all. And GG, and thank you to everybody in the crowd, the chat, obviously being here and supporting us. You guys are amazing, and we can't wait to see you guys again next week, same time, same place. Anything from you, Tender?
Yeah, man. What
food on my desk? I'm so sorry about
that. Besides that, the teams were eating tonight, you know, in terms of those top teams that we saw pretty much. And I mean, yeah, what a good way to close out as well. I think it's quite telling for, you know, Crocs with, no, Heroes with Socks. Heroes with Socks to win. Yeah, or should it be Heroes with Crocs? Nah, but it doesn't work out. We changed the name completely. But either way, it was nice to see them win over there at the very end. You know, I think it's a nice little boost over there as well to see that, you know, organizations are still investing in players that, you know, are putting on the show over here. And I mean, overall, good showing completely from all the teams that came into this one. Some interesting stuff from 2 Lions, 1 Camel as well, you know. They were going on a tear, to be honest. And as much as Heroes won that game, but that lobby, I don't think, you know, it's a doubt who came up on top of that one, right? So I think we actually need to be drawing some congratulations over there for Group 1, at least, who we just watched, to 2 Camels and 1 Lion. But besides that, I've been Tender Place, joined by Daddy Cool. It's been ACGL Grind. Make sure you tune in next week as we're going to continue all of the actions. Have a good night and